At 7:17, everybody, let's keep the focus on politics, shall we, and get another perspective about the presidential race from someone who is both new and fresh to the scene. Talking about Luke Vargas. He is just 18 years old. This recent high school graduate has been to more than 50 campaign events from Iowa to Indiana, and he operates his own blog that is read by news reporters and even some members of Congress. And Luke joins us now from our Brookline, our Boston studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Greg.
Hey, Luke, what got you interested in politics and starting your own blog about this presidential campaign?
Well, the story goes back to about 2006. I was hired by a local politician running for office, state representative here in Massachusetts. And of course, as a 16-year-old, I was put in charge of directing and producing a short television commercial, a 30-second spot. And I really saw how politics worked on a local level. And just a few months later, as the presidential primary season heated up in New Hampshire, I noticed that the nature of campaigning wasn't too much different. It was still very face-to-face and grassroots. And I left my first campaign event in New Hampshire, meeting with Governor Huckabee in Manchester, and had so many stories to tell and photos to share that I couldn't just tell people in the halls of school or to my friends. So I decided to create a blog, and I've kept it up ever since.
You've been covering the candidates now in Iowa, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Indiana. You're a traveling man. So what do you write about in your blog, and how is it different from all the other blogs out there?
Well, in many ways, the blog isn't too much different from the perspective you might have from members of the national media. I have pretty good access to these candidates. I've been to fundraisers and debates, but there is a crucial difference. And you guys are broadcasting from Pennsylvania today, and I was at the Pennsylvania primary with all the other members of the national media. But the difference is, if you look down, if you turn the camera down, you see the people in the stands. You don't just see the candidate. And at that event for Hillary Clinton, when she won the Pennsylvania primary, the story I wrote about was that many of the people in the room weren't just supporters. Many of the supporters were outside the doors. The people inside the event were wealthy donors, and that was the story that I came out with that
night. A little muckraking going on, breaking the mold there, not following the pack, not being part of the pack journalism. Hey, let's talk about your blog. You said it's read by so many people, but I really want to focus on the electorate, 18 to 25, that voting block that you probably know so well, being that you're only 18. What are they saying about this contest?
Well, I have noticed that the 18 to 25 demographic really trends toward the Democrats this year, and a lot of the people on my blog, I'll put up a poll, and the winner of a head-to-head poll with McCain has been Obama time and time again. But at the same time, we see this movement of 18 to 25-year-old voters towards Barack Obama. We need to acknowledge that the Democrats and Republicans are going to be tangling in elections for years to come. And there is also a movement of young voters towards the conservative ideals of this country. And the Republicans are really looking to redefine their image in the 21st century. And I think they are starting to win over young voters in states, too. So it's playing out on both sides in the younger demographic.
Quick question before and we got to roll after this, Luke. There's so much attention being given to the young vote, but are they going to go to the polls and vote? Are you hearing people saying, I'm going to vote, or I'm just apathetic and I'm not going to show up?
Well, I'm certainly going to be voting, and I know a lot of people who are getting involved in a number of different ways. A friend of mine is working with the Obama campaign this summer, and I know a lot of people who are interning at these presidential campaigns. There is certainly a movement among young people to go out and vote this year, and I think we'll see that in November in states all across this country.
All right, well, we're going to check back in with you from time to time to get your perspective. We are talking with Luke Vargas, who's live from our Boston studio, runs his own poll at just 18 years old. Thanks for joining us. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right.